Hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Welcome to Al Stock Trades. How's everyone doing? Hello. And another one. All right. Now check it out. How's everyone doing today? This is going to be a very quick video. I'm going to try to make it as fast as I can because I'm leaving the DC this week and I wanted to go ahead. I'm not going to be next to my studio. So I wanted to go ahead and give you an update. And at the end of this video, you're going to walk away with something new and you're going to reiterate what we learned in our last video, which if you haven't looked at, go to the live section on our YouTube homepage and check out our video there, okay? So very clearly, we're just going to go straight to business here. Please comment down below. This is a live. I repeat, this is a live, okay? So let's go ahead and go back to what we were saying earlier on the last video. So very closely, as you can see, there's a lot of cool stuff. We recently updated our brain machine and we incorporated a lot of new features that is going to essentially take you from zero to hero. I mean, the information that we have here now, it is starting to be better than a Bloomberg terminal. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and let's show what what we have here. So we can open up the help menu real quick. We'll open up our master analysis. And if you don't recall, we go to our Wall Street command and where you can go in and type in, let's say, for example, let's go ahead and type in Tesla, right? Since we've, everyone knows Tesla. We already talked about how, we go ahead, process the data, we get it, and it presents it in a beautiful image. And once it goes ahead and does that, we can zoom in. And we talked about in the other video where if you go to free cash flow, and this is from 2013 to 2023, technically TTM, if you go to free cash flow, I want us to tell us essentially when something turns negative. You go negative, up, positive. 2019 is when it turns positive. Net income, 2020, it turned positive. So pretty much whoever bought the stock from the transition point of 2018 and 2019 is a multimillionaire, okay? So again, you go here and you go stock, and then you go from 2018, 2019, let's go to max here. You can see that you got the stock at $18 and then people like literally celebrated and they won, right? They did a great job. So, I understand that it's very difficult for people to read this. But again, the reason why we have this data sheet is so you can take the free cash flow of these years and we can estimate the revenue 5%, right? Estimated free cash flow from what we do with Clover Health. And we get we do an intrinsic value calculation to estimate the future free cash flows of a company. So we need the numbers to actually do that. But what's important is to also look at the trend. And unfortunately, especially if you're new to the stock market, and even if you're seasoned like me, I sometimes have a hard time kind of graphing these in my head. So what we did here, let's zoom out really quickly. What we did here is all you got to do now is type in, wall graph, or just, click this button here called wall graph, and then type in Tesla. Now, it's going to go ahead and fetch the data. I'm going to take a little drink right now because it takes a couple seconds for it to it graphs it in real time. Hold on. Processing. And it should load up about right now. A couple more seconds now. Okay. And this is like multiple graphs. This is more than one image. This is 3 images. So let's go ahead and look at the first image. Let's zoom in. So already you can see revenue's been increasing. There was a big uptick in revenue here. So 2016, 2017, you could have noticed that, in fact, let me see if I can make this bigger. Yeah, but it covers the rest of the graph. Let's do it like this. So you can see an uptick here. You could have done an intrinsic value calculation here, but you see how there's revenue, gross profit, operating income, dividend, earnings per share, net income. Essentially, these, let me just go back really quickly. These terminologies here, earning per share, payout ratio, book value per share, operating cash flow, capital expenditures. Unfortunately, there's a lot of words that you have to understand when you interact with the stock market. Just go ahead and open up Safari here. And unfortunately, you need to learn this information, and it's very difficult to find a reliable source. So very quickly for people that are, on our mastering stock market course, this is the mastering here. If you go down here and if you go down to curriculum and you press the down arrow, people that are interested to see what we offer here, the mastering stock market course, this is going to be a $3,500 course. You can currently get it at pretty much almost more than half off. But essentially, mastering stock market, forget it. We got chapters 1 through 8, 9 to 100 is in the making. But this is the Wall Street command. So you can see the revenue, gross profit, operating income ratio, net income, earnings per share. So everything that you have here, these are all book chapters that I created, that I have written, that will explain what the hell this is. Okay. Like if you read these, you'll be better than pretty much 99% of people in the stock market. Right. So that's the truth in the world. Right. So we'll be safe. We'll say 95%, right? We'll give 5% benefit of the doubt. But for people that can't afford the mastering, I completely understand. We have a payment plan. We're going to be publishing another book called How to Find the Next 10x Bagger or 10 Bagger or whatever. So it's going to be here and it'll give you kind of case studies and whatnot. But I just want to give you an example for people that are in our mastering. You can basically have access to this so you understand what the hell this means. All right, let's go back to the Wall Street thing. So we just generated this, right? Remember, if you just came in, you missed out. Brain Machine just basically made these graphs. So you remember how I told you 2019 Tesla became free cash flow positive and 2020 became net income positive. So let's go ahead and let's hit the next button and let's take a look at let's see, where's net income? Net income is right here. I want us to take a look at net income. So let's zoom in really quickly here. And I want you to see how there's a zero here. There's a zero line here, and you see how this line is below the zero, and then all of a sudden the line literally became positive right here. See how it literally started to become positive? You can see, and these graphs actually, how are you doing, man? Hello. These graphs do interpolation, so they're very sensitive to movements. They're not just zigzagged. So you can see how it started to become positive, and this is easily predictable because you would have noticed it first in the operating income, which happened a year before. Net income became really profitable, and then another way of looking at it is looking at free cash flow, which you can see here in this graph right here. You can see that free cash flow actually became positive in 2018. So, people that got in at 2018 and 2019, they did a good job. And then the stock became net income profitable. So what I'm basically trying to share with you here is, so someone said you should make a video on how you would leverage your platform and information in order. There's just so much. Exactly. There's a lot of information. Which is, again, it's a Bloomberg terminal. Even the Bloomberg terminal doesn't really have a good tutorial. You just have to jump in and dive. We have book chapters here to teach you, like Stock Terminal, Retrieval of 10-Year Financial History. This will, these are book chapters to help you. There will be video formats as well. But, I'm publishing books to help people to understand this. This is a lot of information, right? But if you understand this, you got the money pretty much, right? So you can see how free cash flow for Tesla, you see how it went from, this is again negative 2.5 billion. You can see in the millions here. And all of a sudden, 2018, it ticked up to being positive, as you can see right there. And as soon as it ticked up to being positive, as soon as net income became positive in 2020, which is right here, if you look at the stock price, you can basically see it's reflecting of that. You see how this graph here is almost in reflectant to basically the free cash flow graph. But what's interesting is it started going up in 2017 and increasing. So you would have been able to basically predict it back here, right? Back here. And you'll be basically 2-3 years ahead of the market. And historically, you would have been 5 to 10 years ahead because it takes a stock market a while before it catches on to your intelligence. Again, these are other ratios: debt to equity, interest coverage, price books, price sales. It graphs it all for 10 years. So you could see how pretty much this basically does it automatically. So what I'm basically trying to say here is that when looking at the stock terminal, and also the Mastering Stock Market course, you have data that unfortunately retail investors can only salivate at getting. They don't even know that this even exists. They don't even know that you can get access to this data. Everything basically, we're starting to finally put everything together, and everything's starting to make sense. So whoever essentially enters our course, and by the time they exit our course, they're going to come out champions. We already have one person who started to doing their own YouTube videos and now made some good money on SoFi. So Al, I'm sorry if you've answered this. Do you still watch my videos on live on the Profitable? I literally just made a couple videos in the past. But yeah, I definitely am very my conviction is very positive towards Clover Health. And those videos that I made in the past using the stock terminal only proves that, right? But overall, as you can see, I'm hoping that what I'm telling you is starting to make sense. You can see the graphs, you can see the numbers. It's very hard for me to tell you and be like, oh, when this becomes free cash. I remember like telling you guys, and a lot of people were like, I don't know what you're talking about, whatever, right? Intrinsic scam calculation or whatever people were saying. But as you can see, I'll give you another just quick example. We can go ahead and look up the wall graph, and then we can type in AMD, and then we'll do one more example, and we can go ahead and take a look at AMD, and then show you what it is. So I'm going to load up the AMD stock here, and then, hey man, it's a privilege and honor, man. I'm very happy to have you here. And it's processing, and again, it graphs it in real time. It's not like it's an image that just this is graphs it in real time. So all together, you can see 2017, 2016, 2017, the revenue started to increase for AMD. I can see the gross profit started to increase. So already I'm looking at the stock. Already 2016, 2017, something's changed. Something's changed. But you can see, so we could go, again, 2016, 2017. So we can go here to max. So 2016, 2017, you see how like it went from nothing. It went from like $2 all the way up to it went up to like $7, $6, all 2013. So it literally pretty much 5x'd because people are watching this, right? The problem is a lot of retail investors, they don't know when, how far they should hold, right? Which I'll explain how do you do that, which is called an intrinsic value calculation. Then you go ahead and go to free cash flow, and you can see, if you were to zoom in on here on the free cash flow side of things, you can see that let me just zoom out a little bit here so you can see that here's a zero, and it becomes positive right here. 2018 is when it becomes positive. So that's when okay, that's it, man. Things are going good. Return on assets has been going up, right? Obviously free cash flow per share, which is part of free cash flow. Capital expenditures is going down, which means that they're spending less, meaning that they're trying to boost up profitability. All of these metrics here that we have, again, we explain in our curriculum in our Mastering Stock Market course, which will take you from zero to hero, right? Again, this is not a game. This is not like a joke. Like Mastering Stock Market course, there's going to be 100 chapters pretty much. There's going to be 100 chapters, and then you have another 23 chapters here. This is not some bullshit YouTube class. This is the master class. Okay, this is what what I've done to go from literally nothing to becoming top 1%, and as a physician, right, to go where I came from, right? So this is this is not like a walk in the park. This is going to take time, a lot of hard work, okay, to understand this information. And then you can go ahead and go here and you can see here 20 at $0 for the net income, it became positive, and then and then all of a sudden it shot up here. So if you got in 2017, 2016, and if you would have done an intrinsic value calculation, you would have gotten a stock price at $80 to $100. And then all of a sudden, let's say you get around here, and then boom, you're up literally 40% 14x your money. You put in 100,000, you walk out with 1.4 million. Okay, so that's kind of just another example, just trying to show you from a visual perspective on what these sheets are looking at. And again, this is very, I mean, I'm very proud. I mean, look at this, man. Doesn't this look fucking sexy? I'm very happy that we were able to supply this to our members, and I'm just very excited for each and every one of my members. Also, we also have ChatGPT. It is working. I don't know why she hasn't answered to you, but let me see here. Oh wait, it looks like it's not working right now. Looks like she's still off. She is off. Yeah, she's off right now. She responded to me today. We're integrating ChatGPT in the terminal as well. So again, there's just a lot of information here. This thing, as what you said, there's a lot of information, and we have to, making a video can't do it service. We have to create books in order for you to understand this, and then with each chapter of a book, then we will attach a video. But it can't just be one little video to go over. I tried it. There's just so much here, right? There's just a lot of information. And I'll just kind of give you an example on how, what a chapter looks like if I can log in. Let me make sure. Okay, good. So let's go ahead and just go to just free cash flow, since we're talking about free cash flow. We'll go here. Free cash flow. No, that's free cash flow per share. Let's go to previous lesson. It's just very quick to show you kind of what the hell this is. So again, this talks about different types of free cash flow, and it explains to you what it is, and then it breaks it down. And then just another quick example, return on assets. It gives you the mathematical composition, how to calculate it, how to break it down. Again, we are going to teach you how the shit works. Okay, this is very complicated, but once you get it, it's actually easy. All right, so that's all I have for you guys. I hope that was helpful. I'm gonna go to DC. Very excited. I'll probably live you guys on the phone or something. I have an iPhone now, so Samsung is better in terms of microphone and stuff. So I'll live you guys on the iPhone. My Samsung broke down, so I'll live you guys on the iPhone. But if it turns out like crap, I'm sorry. I'm just not. I haven't done it before. But overall, congratulations to all of our stock terminal members, our mastering stock market students, our bundled students. If you think that you guys have, it's only going to get better. It's like this stock terminal. I am such a perfectionist. It's going to get better. I mean, I'm going to make this the best stock terminal in the world. Okay. Again, that's just what I do, right? iPhone all the way, Sean. iPhone all the way. Well, let's see. We'll see the lives. We'll see. But I do like it, man. What is it called? The ecosystem. Yeah, it's a true damn good ecosystem. Okay. Visit the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. I really got to do that. I heard about those. I watched it on YouTube. I'm also going to go to the Library of Congress. I'm going to be submitting my book. Oh yeah, shout out to my book really quickly. So if anyone wants to become an intelligent investor, I highly recommend typing in my name, Albert Allen, and then type in investor or intelligent investor. You'll see the first book. It'll pop up, The Intelligent Investor for the Modern Reader. It's I wrote this book. This book basically is, again, it's for the modern reader. It breaks down a 1949 book. It's available in hardcover and paperback. I think I make like a $5 profit, and then that $5 profit is going to be submitted to charity. So I'm not, again, this is for charity, but again, it's going to help you. This is kind of how it looks like in 2 images. Beautiful. I made it high quality. You can look inside and see how it looks like. Very great. It's going to be submitted to, got accepted to the Library of Congress of Cataloging and Publication Data. So I'm very excited. This is the chapters. I highly recommend purchasing this book. It's a very sexy book. It has a lot of great information. It has insights from the Oracle of Omaha. And this is some good stuff, guys. And, there's about the author, a little bit about me. And so there's the book. We're going to make another book to help explain the Wall Street sheet. Lots of great things are happening. and we are pumping things through, and we are literally in. We're going like fighter jet speed right now. Okay. Have you ever tried logging to some stocks? Exactly. So Scruff McGruff, he asks a question. He states, "Have you ever tried backlogging some of these stocks?" Well, first off, I didn't have to backlog them because I was using them in 2016 and 2017. But to answer your question, yes, I did. You can go ahead. Again, a lot of folks are like, it's hard to believe. I get it, but for all the people that do believe, congratulations, right? You're going to be one wealthy people. So
welcome to your Mastering Stock Market course.
So this is a backlog. It's a sample price target of NVIDIA. And this is exactly what we do. We backlog it to 2017, 2018, just like what you said. We essentially backlog NVIDIA to 2017, 2018. Morningstar used to have this data. Then they stopped it. You see how the same format? And then we had to create it. Interesting how people started making money in the retail, started making money in the stock market, and they remove it.
An intelligent
Anywho, we backlog it to 2017, 2018 for NVIDIA. And then check this. Let me just mute it. And let me just go ahead and we graph it all manually. Now we can do it automatically. But watch, look at the price target when we do it for NVIDIA, when we backlog it. Look at that. Look at the price target. Let me zoom in just in case you don't see. $564. NVIDIA at 2016, 2017 levels. You would have predicted NVIDIA at $564. So you ask me, well, Al, what's the stock price of NVIDIA? At 2016, 2017, it was at $35 or whatever. And you essentially 12 times your money. You put $100,000 and you put in 1.2 million. Again, if you don't believe me, just go to alstocktrades.com. Let me go ahead and zoom out. alstocktrades.com. It's a sample video. You can basically watch how this intrinsic value calculation works. Again, it's all in the numbers, right? And yeah, it is awesome. When I first learned this a long time ago, I was like, how in the world is this, right? But then you could watch the video I made about Warren Buffett talking about how he estimates future free cash flows. And this is what we do. This is what we do. Okay. So I'm happy that, I have built a stock terminal to essentially show you this, prove to you this. And it's just that's how it works. And there's going to be some people that are going to be, skeptical. And it is what it is. There's people that never invested in Tesla, and look at them now. Never invested in NVIDIA, look at them now. AMD, look at them now. Clover, in the next 5 years, look at them now. And just to share with you just how far we've come, just look at how far we've come. Look at how much we used to have in the Mastering Stock Market course. There were people that bought beta access when we literally had nothing. And they've been really rewarded for their trust in us. Because look, or just how about this? We could just go here. Look at the curriculum now. Look at the curriculum now. Look at everything we offer. And we're not even done yet. Okay. So, anywho, very excited for this. I'm in this for the next 20, 30 years. Knock on wood, I'm in this for the long run. And I'm going to make this where you walk into this platform, you will exit a champion. That's pretty much what, you're going to exit a champion. Okay. And, people that are testimonial videos and everything, the product will speak for itself, right? Because I use this product. I use it, right? And, all the people in the stock terminal, they see me at night. I'm using it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I bought when you had beta access. Exactly. So you have access to all of this. You have access to all of this, right? And there it is, right? Thank you for everything you have done. Hey, man, it's a privilege. I can. You know how good I sleep at night. Knowing what I'm doing. Like, I sleep freaking amazing, right? I sleep so goddamn good, knowing that the good that we're doing, it feels really good, man. Feels good. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get ready. I'm going to try on a couple of suits right now before I go to make sure I pack the right suits because your boy gained a little weight. Beta buyer here changed my whole approach. Absolutely. And that was the goal. And again, it's not like I made this stuff up. I did not make this up. I learned it from billionaires. I learned it from Warren Buffett, Howard Marks, Charles Munger, Bill Ackman. I learned it from Guy Spire. I learned it from all of these billionaires. I learned it and I literally took it, reverse engineer the intrinsic value calculation, and then essentially brought it to retail investors. That's pretty much what we did, right? Right. Same Beta Dish, right? Another one of our Mastering Stock Market students and one of wonderful contributing members to our platform. So again, we are not stopping. We will continue to keep plowing through. And I'm not even done. If we want to be honest with you guys, I'm probably 20% in, 10%. I'm not even 10, 20% done with this platform. This is 10, 20%. I'm not even you haven't even seen when I close my eyes, what I see for this platform. Right. I have so much. Okay. So much visions. Wait until you have a baby out. You will sleep like a baby. Yes. Oh, I bet, man. But until then, my ass working hard. But yeah, I heard, man, I see a couple of my friends that have babies, man. Their eyes, I can see their skull, their eyes go really back in. Yeah. So I got 3 dogs and it's nothing compared to a baby. I did peds, and boy, man, when they cry, it's hard to sleep with that type of cry, and especially it's your baby, so you got to wake your ass up. It's your baby boy or girl. All right. I love each and every one of you guys. It's always a privilege, and God bless you all. And we're going to continue to keep working hard. We're going to continue to keep putting God first and making this the best platform ever and change the retail investor approach. And essentially, like we always said, democratize financial education and pretty much bring whatever Wall Street does down to Main Street. God bless you all, and I'll see you on the next one. That's all.